Okay, June the 3rd, 2025, on G, podcast from Seoul, live from Manhattan, federal court. That's one of them, but there's another one right on the other side. Follow me on Spotify, the podcast from Seoul. Follow me on Instagram, the podcast from Seoul. I want to welcome and thank all of my new subscribers. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share this video with somebody who you think is interested in hearing my perspective. What you have to understand is that I am an independent journalist. 200,000 more dudes around me. I am an independent journalist. I can report whatever I want. Nobody can steer me along a line of communication with my audience. Nobody can dictate a narrative to me. You can only say this, you can't say that, only bring up this, only say that. Support independent content creators, support independent artists. The independent artist, the independent content creator is the breath of fresh air to freedom of speech. This afternoon, on the stand, he started this morning, was a gentleman by the name of Derek Ferguson. He was subpoenaed to testify. He was direct examined by Ms. Slavic. He was the CFO of Bad Boy Entertainment from 1998 to 2012. From 2012 to 2017, he was the chief operating officer of Revolt TV. He worked for Puffy for 19 years. When he started off with Bad Boy, the finance department had only 3 employees. By the time he left, there were like 10, so it grew by 300%. They asked him what it was that he did. He says that he was in charge of joint ventures, negotiating partnerships, divestitures, accounts receivable, accounts payable. They showed a picture of the security guy, a guy by the name of Paul Orford. He was the chief security officer. He was in charge. He used to meet with Derek Ferguson in regards to the security budget. They showed a picture of Roger Bronze. They showed a picture of D-Rock. They began, this is where the government now is moving and trying to shape the RICO into all of Puffy's businesses, right? They are attempting to lay the foundation and the groundwork to support the asset forfeiture allegation, the asset forfeiture clause, right? If Puffy is found guilty of RICO and it's determined that all of his businesses contributed and the employees employed by those businesses contributed to the furtherance of a crime, then this would open up the door for the asset forfeitures, meaning that they would be able to go after all of Puff's businesses. So this is what they were doing with this direct examination. The government laid out that Puffy owns 100% of Bad Boy Productions, Bad Boy Marketing, and Bad Boy Films. And she is getting confirmation from Mr. Ferguson, who is the CFO, and he is agreeing. Lovely Peaches, thank you, baby. Thank you for the super chat. The U.S. attorney then begins to talk to Mr. Ferguson about joint ventures. Now, those of you that don't know what a joint venture is, a joint venture is a 50-50 partnership between Company A and Company B. Company B may be bringing the finances to the table. Company A may be bringing the marketing and the talent and the content and the expertise. And together, this one, Company A lacks the money, but Company B has the money. Company B lacks the talent and the content, but Company A has it. So they come together and they form what's known as a joint venture. Bad Boy had a joint venture with Arista Records, which was run by Clive Davis, that had artists on the labels such as Whitney Houston. They brought that up. And Bad Boy also had another joint venture with Warner Music Group. Now, the prosecution then pushed the envelope and they started to talk about Puffy's salary and how he took money out of the businesses. Now, the CFO confirmed that Puffy received a salary and also distributions from his companies. Now, distributions are the profits. When the company makes a profit, the way the person that owns the company gets the profit out of the business over and above their salary, is to take distributions. Now, the joint ventures that he had with the record company, the clothing brand, Revolt, and the liquor companies, the salary and the distributions has to be enumerated and spelled out in detail in the operating agreement. Lovely Peaches, thank you for that other one. I see you, baby. I got the dope notebook. The salary and the distributions is spelled out and detailed in the operating agreement. So when you have a joint venture with another company, Company B and Company A, the owner of Company A nor the owner of Company B can just go into the bank account and start snatching money out, you understand, whenever they want, because they don't own the bank account solely. They're not the sole owner. It's a joint venture, so they both have a say-so on how the money is distributed. They began to go into the bank accounts of Puff's businesses. Puffy did business with Citibank, HSBC, and Signature Bank. Janice Combs Music is 100% owned by Puff. That business handled Puffy's name, image, and likeness. Combs Enterprise LLC, underneath there was a partnership with Diageo and Ciroc. Very important. I'm going to be covering that in a minute. The relationship between Diageo and Ciroc and Puff, and the friction and the tension and the problems and the issues that arose, I will be discussing them shortly. Sit tight, don't move. They talked about the credit card companies. Puffy mostly only used American Express. He used his American Express for personal expenses and business expenses. They talked about cash and how cash came into the company. The CFO detailed how when you go on tours, especially in the 90s, there was no Cash App, there was no PayPal. And most of your compensation when you were on tour was in cash. They talked about how they accounted for the cash. When the cash came into the company, you had to fill out a cash receipts form. When cash was paid out, you had to fill out a cash disbursements form. Derek Ferguson testified on the stand that he was not aware of the security staff carrying cash. The United States attorneys brought up Puffy's houses. He had a house in Manhattan, uptown in Manhattan. He had a house out in Long Island in the Hamptons, and he had a house in Miami. These houses and this real estate was not held in Puffy's personal name. It was held in LLCs. The benefits of holding your properties in an LLC is a limited liability company. It affords you all the protections of a corporation, but then it can serve as a pass-through entity, and you could be a single member LLC, or there could be a couple of partners in the LLC. The benefits of holding your real estate in an LLC is, number one, anonymity, the tax benefits, and liability protection. The LLCs would pay the mortgages, the real estate taxes, and the maintenance. The prosecution brought up that Puffy, on September 16th, 2024, 7 years after Derek Ferguson had left the company, he left Bad Boy. He left Bad Boy in 2017, and that after he left, him and Puff wouldn't really kick it. They would text each other on Father's Day, Christmas, little stuff like that. Hey man, peace. But on September 16, 2024, he got a text from Puff saying, hello, give me a call. Mr. Ferguson said that he was in the process of getting on a plane, and when he landed, he got a second text saying, I want to get together with you in NYC. I got some things I want to talk to you about. Now, around this time, he is in the process. He's going to be arrested a few days later. I think he's arrested on the 23rd. Cassie has already filed her suit. He's already retained counsel. He already knows what's up. Mr. Ferguson responded on the stand just now. He didn't know how to respond to the text message, and that he wasn't sure if it was really Puff, because people have fake cell phone numbers. He wasn't really sure, but that he never responded. The government didn't have any more questions. Mark Agnifilo, which is Puffy's lead attorney. Let me get in that sunlight. I gotta stay in that sunlight right here. Get that good vitamin D joint. Because you want that vitamin D, you need that vitamin D. Mark Agnifilo does the cross-examination of Derek Ferguson. And he says, Derek, where are you from? Who are you? What's going on? Talk to me. So Derek Ferguson, Nerd Nash, what up? Thank you for that super chat. Says that he grew up in the Bronx. He's a light-skinned, he high yellow. He's a light-skinned black dude. He light-skinned, he light, bright, damn near white. He light-skinned. Say he grew up in the Bronx. After graduating, I think he said he went to Stuyvesant High School. He left the Bronx and went to college at the University of Pennsylvania. He graduated from college in 1985, and he got a job with an accounting firm called Coopers & Lybrand. He majored in accounting. He then went to Harvard Business School and got a Harvard MBA. He finished his Harvard MBA in 1990. Hold up, y'all, let me get my phone. He then started a magazine in Baltimore in 1991, and then he got a job with BMG, which is Bertelsmann Music Group. Bertelsmann Music Group owned over 100 record labels, including Arista. Around this time, while he's working at Bertelsmann Music Group, Arista and Bad Boy form a joint venture. Clive Davis and Puffy form a joint venture. Arista financed Bad Boy, was in charge of the distribution and the radio promotion. Then Mark Agnifilo asked Derek, he says, Derek, here you are working for Bertelsmann Music Group, one of the biggest companies in the country. Why did you want to leave that and go and work for Bad Boy? His response was, I'm from the Bronx, and Bad Boy and Puffy was giving people from my community a chance to work in the corporate world in an up-and-coming company. He said that he interviewed with Benny Medina and some of Puffy's advisors. He was the CFO from 1998 to 2012. So, when he described why he wanted to work for Puff, he couched it in language, because I'm from the Bronx, and Puffy was giving opportunities to people from my community. I guess that's good. I guess that's good. But what he really was trying to say is that around this time, right, there weren't many companies giving opportunities to black executives to like really be in the business. And Puffy was opening up those kinds of doors for black people, right? Not only on the entry level, but also in the executive suite, in the corner suite. Bad Boy was established in 1996, had did deals with Atlantic, Interscope, Universal Music Group, and Warner Music. They talked about how when Derek Ferguson got the Bad Boy, you had Benny Medina, Jeff Burroughs was the president of Bad Boy, then you had Andre Harrell, and then there was a lady by the name of Vashta Dunlap. Now, this is the part This is the part. Mark Agnifilo harps on this point. Very good point. He begins to ask Derek Fisher about the dynamics surrounding the relationship with Diageo and Combs Enterprises. Diageo is the liquor brand, right, that did the joint venture partnership with Puffy for the Ciroc liquor. Mark Agnifilo says, how was that relationship? How was that partnership? Derek Fisher said it was very successful. We made a lot of money. We were making so much money and the partnership was so successful that we wanted to renegotiate the relationship and the economics of the deal so that it was fair for both Diageo and also fair for us, right? And this is where the disagreement starts. He asked Derek Ferguson, when do the problems start for Diageo and Puffy? The United States government, objection, sustained. Mark Agnifilo, he don't care. He coming right back to that same topic. The judge tells him, Mark, rephrase your question. Then Mark says something to the effect of, in your own professional opinion, what do you think the disagreement was between Diageo and Ciroc and Puffy? Derek Fisher says, Puffy was trying to get Diageo to drive Ciroc into more markets. Diageo only wanted to market in certain areas to certain people. This is what he said on the stand. This is where the tension starts. Mark Agnifilo, he ain't scared. He's a white man, but he ain't scared because he trying to help his client not go do 30 years or 20 years or 10 years. He says, Derek, isn't it true that Diageo only marketed Combs' brands in the black areas? And I can't remember if there was an objection or whatever, but Mark Agnifilo said that. And Derek Ferguson, gave a very good answer. Because Mark Agnifilo said something to the effect of, in your opinion, Derek, do you think, and the government objected, right? Because they don't want you dealing with opinions. Mark Agnifilo rephrased the question, and he said, Derek, tell us in your own words what the tension was between Diageo and Puff. And Derek Ferguson said this: the facts were that the distribution was highly concentrated in urban areas. So Derek Fisher, he didn't even want to say like black areas, but maybe he's being inclusive as to black, Spanish, white, you know what I'm saying? But he said that's what the facts were. But Puffy wanted Ciroc marketed in the Hamptons, you know, at tennis matches. You know, he wanted to market it to white people too. He wanted more money. But Diageo was trying to keep him, you know, in highly concentrated urban areas. They then moved on to Revolt Network. Puffy was awarded the cable television Revolt TV by Comcast. Comcast awarded 4 cable televisions networks, and Puffy got one of them. The ownership of Revolt TV was Bad Boy Films and a private equity firm called Highbridge Capital Management. Highbridge Capital Management was somewhat affiliated with JP Morgan, and they had 2 seats on the board of directors out of 5, which means they had 40% of the voting power on the board. Derek testified that any major actions dealing with Revolt TV needed to be run by Highbridge Capital Management. Then they began to go through, Mark Agnifilo put up all the organizational charts of a couple of Puffy's companies. And what he was illustrating was that, you know, Puffy is not in the organizational chart of Bad Boy Records, Bad Boy Films, Revolt TV, the liquor business. These individual businesses had their own CEO, their own president, their own team, and that Puffy was really chairman of Combs Global or Combs Enterprises, and that each individual company was professionally ran by Harvard MBAs. There was another dude that went to Harvard with Derek Ferguson. Derek got him hired, and he was CFO. What's going on, baby? How you doing?
I'm listening to what he's
Listening to me? Come here. Come over here. Say hi to my people. Come here. Come here. Check my girl out, y'all. She's sitting here listening to me. What's your name?
listening to. Snow.
Snow? Y'all, this is Snow. Where you from?
From Philadelphia.
From Philly? What nationality are you?
Vietnamese.
Shout out to Vietnam. Shout out to Ho Chi Minh City.
Hanoi.
Hanoi. Shout out to Hanoi. What you doing in New York?
Just visiting.
Okay. Thank you, Snow. You got anything you want to promote? You got a business, a social media, anything? Promote it, because I got 165,000 followers.
No.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for being in my video. Each individual business had its own management team, its own decision makers, and that each individual business was bound by corporate policies and procedures, operating agreements if it was a joint venture. Basically, what Mark is doing is just showing that it ain't like Puffy could just run in any of these businesses and say, yo, let me get 500,000 over there. Let me get this. No, these were highly structured, highly organized business entities. Derek Ferguson was a certified public accountant. They went over in detail about business expenses versus personal expenses. Now, this was a key part. This was a key part in the RICO, questioning the RICO. The joint venture between Arista and Bad Boy, Arista kept the books, the accounting. The joint venture between Bad Boy and Diageo, Diageo kept the books. The joint venture between Bad Boy and Interscope, Interscope kept the books. Whenever there's a joint venture, the people putting up the cheese keep the books. So it ain't like he can use these businesses to further a criminal enterprise when these are joint ventures with clear-cut operating agreements as to how these businesses are going to be run, how the profits are going to be shared, and who does what, and all of that. This is what Mark Agnifilo lays the groundwork, poking holes in the RICO joint. Mark Agnifilo says to Derek Ferguson, you worked for Puffy for 19 years. Number one, did you ever see anyone help Puffy commit crimes? Derek Ferguson, no. Did you ever see anyone help Puffy commit violence? Derek said no. Did you ever see anyone help Puffy do coercion? Derek said, your definition of coercion may be different from my definition of coercion. Mark Agnifilo said, I'm going to withdraw that question. Next question, did you ever see anyone help Puffy commit force or acts of violence? No. Did you ever see anyone help Puffy enhance his reputation through violence? He said no. Did you ever see anyone help Puffy commit sexual abuse? He said no. Did you ever see anyone help Puffy commit sex trafficking? Prosecution. Objection. The judge sustained. Mark Agnifilo, he ain't scared. He came right back. Did you see anyone help Puffy commit prostitution? He said no. He said, when you were at Bad Boy, how did you feel as a group? Derek Ferguson said, we all felt the need to be great. We all felt like a family. Mark Agnifilo brings up a text message from September 29th, 2017. This is around the time that Derek Ferguson is getting ready to leave Bad Boy after 19 years. My phone over there, that's why I keep looking over there. I'm waiting for somebody to pick it up and try to run with it so I can do a Lawrence Taylor tackle on him. Derek Ferguson texts Puffy in 2017 when he was leaving the company. I learned so much from Puff. Puffy had a great business mind, and Puffy was not afraid to set high goals. I was pushed by Puffy to work hard. Puffy's work ethic was really high. And Puffy told him that the difference between being great and the greatest is caring. Mark Agnifilo asked Derek Fisher. Somebody gave me a super chat. EV, thank you. Mark Agnifilo asked asked Derek Ferguson, you're a man of faith. Objection? Sustained? Watch my phone right there. Watch that phone. Thank you. Mr. Ferguson, you're a man that believes in faith. Objection? That's the second time Mark asked him. Mark is trying to bring up Derek's religious affiliation. Then he says, Mr. Ferguson, you're a religious man, right? He said, yeah. He said, Mr. Ferguson, you sit on the board of the charter school in Harlem that Puffy started with another dude that is a charter school for the Harlem community for the 6th grade to the 12th grade. Derek Ferguson said, yes, I sit on the board of directors, and Puffy also opened up another one in the Bronx, in the Boogie Down, the birthplace of hip hop. Watch that phone right there. Thank you, baby. He opened up a charter school in Harlem and one in the Bronx. Watch that phone right there for me, please. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, man. Derek Ferguson said, yes, he did. I sit on the board. Check this part out. Then Mark Agnifilo asked Derek Ferguson straight out, do you think highly of Mr. Combs? And Derek Ferguson paused. For about 10 seconds, he did not answer. And then he said, I don't know how to answer that. Then Mark Agnifilo said, I have no more questions. Then the prosecution got up. She asked a couple questions, and she did this. This is Slavic. She said, Mr. Ferguson, you would just ask some questions about, have you ever seen Puffy commit violence or coercion or commit crimes? Have you ever been to a hotel room with Puffy? He said no. What was the other one? Have you ever been to the personal residence of Puffy? Derek Ferguson said no. She said, I have no more questions. Mark Agnifilo jumped up. He said, I ain't got but one question. I ain't got but one question. He said, Mr. Ferguson, you were just asked by the U.S. attorney, have you ever been to Puffy's house or to a hotel room? He said, yeah. He said, is it when Puffy is in his house, or isn't it when he's in a hotel room? That's his personal life? I have no more questions. So, what's up? How you doing? You looking at me? You looking at me? Come here. Come here. You want to say what's up to my people? I'm live on YouTube. Come here. You a tourist, ain't you? You not from here. Where y'all from?
Morocco.
From Morocco. All right, peace. I knew they was tourists. See, when you grow up here, you can see tourists. You see them right off the bat. You know exactly. What's up, bro? What's happening? That's me right there. That's my phone. I see it. So, what the prosecution was trying to say is that what Puffy did in his personal life, in his house or in his hotel, that's business too, because his security was there, or he had an assistant there. Like, he ain't got no personal life. But Mark Agnifilo said, yo, ain't that his personal life? What's up, baby? Ain't that his personal life? When he at a hotel, ain't that his personal life? What's going on with you, man? What's that? Everything good? Everything good? Ain't that his personal life? When he at his house? Do we have, you know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of gamesmanship going on with that. You know, that's what happened. That's what happened. They talked about some shortened court sessions. I got to get them dates. July the 5th won't be a full day. July the 11th won't be. Elijah, get my phone for me right there, man. And the 20th won't be a full day. Say what's up to my people, man. Say what's up. Excuse me.
What's up, yo?
Hey, my man, come here. Say what's up. Tell them who you are, man.
Elijah Pippin. YouTube, Elijah Pippin 895.
You gotta speak louder than that. Tell them give me your YouTube. Give me your YouTube.
Elijah Pippin on YouTube.
Elijah Pippin on YouTube.
Elijah Pippin 895 on Instagram.
Elijah Pippin 895 on Instagram. Y'all follow my man. We done did some mentorship sessions. 24 years old? 24. You working? You got nothing? Yeah. Yeah, that's my man right here. So y'all go follow him. Elijah, spell your name.
ELIJAHPIPPEN.
Like Scottie Pippen, Elijah Pippen. Go follow him on his Instagram and YouTube. Let me finish up real quick, Elijah. I'm gonna catch up with you.
I bet.
So there's a lot of gamesmanship. The prosecution, check me out right here. The prosecution is getting ready to rest their case in another week, right? They supposed to be bringing up some other girl, some other victim, Jane Doe, no name, no nothing. Man, I'm independent content creator, right? Jay, come promote your Instagram, your YouTube, all that.
It's a good coach.
Your personal coaching and all that.
Yeah,
Tell them who you are.
Yeah, this is Coach J Con. You go hit me on Instagram. But I just started a new YouTube channel for this court trial. It's called Conversations, KHAN Versations. So, Coach, I'll let you do your thing, bro.
All right, Jay, appreciate you, man.
Of course.
You told them about that backward stuff today?
Yeah. They were trying to run the flim flam.
Yeah.
I'm independent content creator. Cassie, the main witness, in my estimation, was more of a defense witness helping Puff than hurting Puff. We saw what happened yesterday with Mia. Brian Steele body slammed her. Another victim number 3, not even coming. Capricorn Clark testified against Puff. She committed perjury 3 times on the stand. The only proof that Puffy committed any kind of arson is from her mouth. And she committed perjury on the stand and was compelled to testify by the government. No DNA at Kid Cudi's house, no fingerprints of Puff at Kid Cudi's house, no camera footage of Puffy at Kid Cudi's house, no video footage of Puffy at Kid Cudi's house, no eyewitnesses at Kid Cudi's house. The DNA sample that came back from the LA Police Department came back to a female, and they destroyed that. They destroyed, the LA Police Department destroyed the DNA that came back to a woman, so there's no arson. The bribery joint, we just saw that today. That's questionable. I mean, man, Cassie got on the stand and told Puff, I want to have your baby. I can't wait till we have a baby. Happy Father's Day. I want you to spend Christmas and New Year's with me. I don't want you to spend Christmas and New Year's with Kim Porter. I love you. I want to do freak offs too with you. I was just thinking about doing one. She dated Kid Cudi for a year while she was dating Puff. You know You know she was giving him some. You know what I'm saying? She was dating an NFL player while she was dealing with Puff. Cassie and Puffy loved each other. They asked her on the stand, do you hate Puffy? Cassie said no. Did you love Puffy? Yes, I loved him. Did you think Puffy loved you too? I thought he did. Do you still love Puffy? This is on the stand. She paused because she was finna say, you know I do. You know I do. But she paused and she said, I love our past. And the jury sitting right there. And let me say this before I close. I'm independent. I'm independent. Yesterday, I was in the 26th floor. I'm watching the jury while Mia is on the stand, and none of them. How you doing, babe? You want to film me? Come on over here. Where your sister at?
Right here.
Who that right there? Yeah, what's up? What's your name, baby? Priscilla, thank you for following. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Where you from? Man, shout out to Ghana. You in Ghana right now?
Nah, she's in the Bronx.
Oh, you up in the Bronx. Ah, I see. Thank you, Priscilla. All right. Thank you. You sing?
Yeah.
Go ahead, sing. She's a singer.
All right, what song? I don't know. Give me a song, Priscilla.
Come on now, you gotta hurry up now. Come on, this is your time. Ain't no telling who watching.
I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears, but I'm scared of loving you. All right, that's my little.
One more time. Hit it again.
Hit it. Okay, let me hit something else. Pretty hurts, shine the light on whatever's worth. Trying to fix something, but you can't fix what you can't see. It's a soul that needs a surgery.
Give them your Instagram. How they get in touch with you?
Okay, my Instagram is Tracy Grace _. That's TRACY Grace and _ period.
Follow me. You follow me on Instagram already?
Yeah.
The podcast was on? Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you so
Pleasure
much.
to meet you.
Nice meeting
All the
you.
best to you.
God bless you.
All right. Cassie paused when they asked her, do you still love Puff? She paused because she wanted to say, you know I do. And she said, I love our past. And let me say something. Because women is my thing, right? I've been dealing with honeys all my life. I know, I can see when a woman love a man and when she don't. Just her whole energy, her whole body language, the inflection in her voice, the way she stresses certain things, and the way she speaks softly. When Cassie got on the stand, as soon as I heard her talk, because I'm hocus pocus, keep the focus. Hocus pocus, keep the focus. I'm watching everything, body language, everything. Soon as she started talking, after about 5 or 10 minutes, I said, that girl still love Puffy. She still love him. And Puffy sitting in that chair, watching her still love him, watching her help him and not destroy him, and he, deep down in his heart, he still love her too. Yes, he do. Both of them still love each other. Yes, they do. Because anytime a honey show that kind of loyalty, That girl could have buried Puff. She could have ended Puff. She could have ended Puff on the stand if she really despised him and hated him the way they made it seem like she did, but she didn't. There's probably way more stuff she could have said that she didn't say, and for the dude to be sitting there like knowing what she could have did to destroy me and she didn't do it, that make the dude, that make the nigga love the honey even more because he see, man, she loyal to me, she still love me, so I love her too, 100%, 100%. So, I mean, what do we got? What are we doing here, man? What is it? Then you got the one witness, victim number 3, she ain't even coming. They can't even find her, right? Cassie helped Puff. Mia helped Puff because she got destroyed. The one witness, she ain't coming. Now they gonna bring this other girl, some Jane Doe. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just saying. Y'all say what you want. You understand? Did he commit domestic violence? Absolutely. Did he commit assault against Cassie? Absolutely. But he ain't charged for that. None of that is in the indictment. In the RICO, possession with intent to distribute drugs. That ain't come out. Puffy was a drug user. It wasn't like he was buying 30 and 40 keys and he moving them while he doing bad boy. He was buying drugs for his personal consumption. He was an addict. In the RICO indictment, it says possession with the intent to distribute. That was for his personal consumption. And if Cassie really wanted to destroy him, she could have said, yep, I saw him sell 1,000 keys. I saw him get down with the cartel. She could have said anything, but she didn't say none of that. She said, I loved him, and he loved me. And they put up text messages of Cassie and Puff from the time they started to the time they broke up. They told each other they loved each other from the time they woke up to the time they went to sleep. And it came out yesterday that out of all the artists on Bad Boy, Cassie had the biggest budget. Cassie had the biggest budget. Cassie had the biggest budget. So all of that, he killed her career, this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's up to the jury though. It's gonna come down to the jury. But like I was saying, I watched the jury yesterday, and when Mia was on the stand, dark skinned Jermaine, what up? When the jury was watching Mia on the witness stand like this, and they busting her in lies, the jury was looking at her like, I could tell, all of them. It's 18 jurors over there, 6 alternates, and they was all looking at her like, this motherfucker lying, man. Why is she even up here? Why would the even prosecution present her as a witness, man? But anyway, that's the way that it goes. Sean G, podcast was sold. Peace.